Tengo todo, no busco cualquiera, no mal deseo. Tengo todo lo que tengo, no busco cualquiera, es un mal deseo. De noche siento el olor, casi loca por tu amor, no quisiste. De noche siento el olor, casi loca por tu amor, no quisiste mi calor, me dejaste sin razón. Ya no quiero más tu karma, no vuelvo más a esta cama. Si no quieres más mi alma, no vas a ver mi puta cara. Ya no quiero más tu karma, no vuelvo más a esta cama. Si no quieres más mi alma, no vas a ver mi puta cara.
Good morning, you guys, because it's already a new day. It's March 6th already. It's Sunday, March 6th, 2025. So good morning, you guys. Welcome to March 6th. Welcome to Sunday. Welcome back to the Melanie Method Show. I came out of the woodwork tonight to discuss everything with you guys that I decided to discuss with you guys. I hope my audio is working. I triple thousand time checked it. It just pissed me the hell off too because I went through a lot to get it to work. I hate technical shit, but I took an edible. I might need a second one for this. Okay, so I'm a very busy woman. I'm just going to keep it like a million with you guys. I'm a very busy woman. So family, money, bills, all of those things comes first. I wish I had it like that on a social media platform or because I really don't consider YouTube social media. I really don't. Um, but I wish I had it like that. I wish I was monetized, blah, 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 blah. I wish I made money to where I wouldn't have to work so hard. However, that's whatever. That's for another debate, another problem, another all of that. But I watch everything now. I don't watch things as hard as I used to because I don't have the time. But I skim through things and I couldn't help but to watch the whole video that Devori Darkins. Shout out to Devori Darkins for your amazing content. And thank you so much for reaching so many people and providing common sense to people. I love you, Devori. I really do. I love all of you guys. Because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have still been lost. I would have still been clouded. I still would have been not aware of what was going on. Now, would I have voted? No, I wouldn't have voted at all. No, I wouldn't have voted. I would have just shook my head at Kamala because I still would have not been on her side. There's nothing in the world that would have put me on Kamala Harris's side, okay? I'm not one of those ignorant black people that just because you're black, that's it. That's like, no, that don't work on me. It just doesn't. It's what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And everything about the Democrats is wrong. And daily, it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse to where it's making me feel like there's going to be a extreme war between them and normal people because they're not normal. And it's hurting me to watch it. It's hurting me to watch human beings so lost, so sick, just absolutely sick. I'm going to share the video of Devori. Matter of fact, I'm just going to get right to it, and then I'm going to point out everything that's really just bothering me all over again, and why it's so scary, and why is it really? It's imperative that people either try harder, or are you guys on drugs? The liberals. That's what I'm wondering. Like, were they getting like some kind of special vaccine that turned them into zombies? If I sound weird, you guys, I'm under the weather. Indiana weather is not good. It's disgusting. It really is. It's the cost you pay to not live around a whole bunch of stupid ass people. And I'm not trying to say that like Indiana has like high IQ here and all of that, but like I've lived a lot of places. Let's just say that, and I've been around a lot of different kinds of people. A lot of different kinds of people. And I'm talking about race. I mean, race is included, but I'm not even thinking about race when I say that. I'm thinking about people up here, what they have up here. So shit, even I've been stupid before. Because to not been knowing all this was going on, like all the years of battling between them freaks versus conservatives, that's very ignorant of me and anyone else that was sleeping now. But it happens though because of the rat race of life. This country is completely driven off of us placing ourselves in the same swallow. We get up, we shower, brush our teeth, we go to the bathroom, we make some coffee, we make some whatever we drink in the morning, coffee, tea, milk, whatever we do. Okay? We make sure we eat. If we even can do all these things, I don't get to do all of that. I don't sometimes I get to make myself some coffee. I get lucky. You know what I mean? But in my case, I don't have to get up every day at a certain time. Thank God. If I'm going to have to soon, because thanks to my grandpap, I got like 3 jobs already. It's amazing when Biden was in though. Where was the offers then? Yeah, where were the offers then? I'm not trying to just completely just say, oh, this is all Trump, because it's not. It's really not. But what I'm trying to say, which reason why I say it's not him is because I barely even tried. Really. And I don't think it has anything to do with politics, is what I'm saying, why I got the 3 positions. So I'm going to be fair. However, it's just I have way better luck with Republicans because even when the Bushes were in, I think we were doing better. I was too young. I wasn't working. But I remember I think my mom was stressing less. So I don't know. What I'm saying is when I say I don't know what to do with these motherfuckers. Okay. I'm trying not to curse too. I'm really trying to be a better person on this camera for y'all. Okay. But they're protesting everywhere nationwide. But I'm having a hard time understanding what are you protesting? What are you protesting? Because I don't want to hear that reproductive rights shit because it's been given back to the states. Everyone can still have an abortion unless you're in states where it's completely banned. If you are, then you need to be just wrapping it up, closing your legs, except for the cases of incest, things like that, and rape. But like, how greater of a deal is abortions versus having money? I'm tired of stating this. That's one. It's just it's too many things to name about how fucked up these liberals, aka Democrats, are. Okay? It really is. So I'm just going to go ahead and share this video because Devori really had me just like, oh my God. In my mind, I was just like, damn, do I just go out of the country, either to Sweden or Japan, and just be homeless? Like, do I do that? That's just very ignorant and stupid as hell. But just to get peace, it really is because these liberals is up. They want some shit about Trump, and it's for no reason. He's not doing any fucking thing. Why can't y'all motherfuckers see it's not him, it's you? It is you. If you are trans, and he said he only recognizes 2 genders, right? 2 sexes, whatever. I'm so tired of these gender roles and all these ideologies and all this. I'm tired of all this bullshit. Okay? I'm from the old school. Okay, where we had to take what we got, and we better have been happy with it. I'm not from this new period where I want to be a mouse today. Oh boy, I'm a mouse now, or I want to be a dog, or something like. I think that sounds more like a cow, but I'm just saying. Okay, like I'm not down with this sick shit. But what I'm getting at is even if you are trans, whether you're a trans male, which meaning that you're converted from being a woman, I'm just now getting along with this because before I wasn't even trying to learn none of this shit. Okay? All right, so if you're trans male, you done converted your shit, you looking dumb as hell, trying to be like a man, like this one motherfucker I'm gonna show you named Gabriel. Yeah, oh my God, they're so delusional. It's scary to be in a world with all these delusional people. And I'm sounding like Oprah. I'm sounding real like Oprah right now. But like, they're so delusional that I'm under a delulu overload right now. I've only taken 2 more edibles, and I'm just gonna be passed out because I don't smoke weed. I'm really trying to stop because that shit's gonna fuck me up some kind of way, one or another, if it ain't already. These motherfuckers will make you smoke weed until you die. Like you'll be the first motherfucker that died from weed fucking with these liberals. I'm telling you, they make you just want to just rock about 4 blunts and you just like, you just keep smoking. Because I've never seen people act this sick. Or where was I? I was at work. Wow. Anyway, this shit is, it ain't even funny though. See, people be laughing at them and shit. Really, sometimes I do laugh at them. I do. I would be a liar if I didn't. If I said I didn't. But I'm trying to calm down because when I get hyped, because they get me so hyped, y'all. Because I'm so worried. I'm worried about their minds and everything. I'm worried about us, the normal people. But I'm just gonna let y'all watch this shit. I'm talking too fucking much. This shit it got me so upset. It got me shaking. If it wasn't Matt, although I literally love Matt. Shout out to Matt Walsh. That's my dude. Anyway, and I think he's sexy. I think he's one of the sexiest white dudes that ever stood. But that's just my opinion. All right, let's watch this. This is really bad, okay?
In today's video, anti-Trump protests erupt across the country. A new bombshell poll shows support for President Trump's.
Okay, let me first ask. See, I was going to shut up. But I can't. Nationwide protesting again of what? What are y'all protesting? The reproductive rights, that's stupid. That makes no sense. The trans rights, that's really stupid too, to a certain point. Because I'm a very fair person. Because transvestite, okay? To feel you are transsexual is usually connected to body dysmorphia. Okay? So, and that's part of the DSM-5, which is part of a mental health disorder. Okay? So I sympathize for the ones that really are in these real life situations. And they really are feeling they are in the wrong body. You know what I mean? I still feel empathy for them. Because I'm just a human being. I'm a good person. I have a heart. There's people like Jazz Jennings. I think that's Jazz's last name because I'm so bad with names. But I remember that. I love Jazz. I really do. And I believe her story. I don't care what Blair says. I love you, Blair. Okay. But Blair White, she's a trans woman. She's beautiful. She's on YouTube. I like Blair. However, I don't really agree with her all the way on the Jazz Jennings thing because I really feel it's a possibility that Jazz really could have felt that way. Because even as a little kid, even without dressing Jazz up, Jazz just looked like a girl. It's like that. It's right. Really, that's the possibility that was real. Okay, it'll come out though. And if I'm wrong, you're right, Blair. But like Blair and Jazz are two great examples, and there's many other trans people like that, to where they really should have been women. They should have been women, or vice versa. There's probably cases where there were women that really just shouldn't have been in a woman's body. Feel me? It's not fair to them what people are just doing. It's not fair. I watched a video maybe about a week or so ago. I wanted to come through the TV and whoop this trans person's ass or wannabe trans person's ass for the reason why they said they wanted to go trans to begin with. First of all, they was like not even wanting to give the answer because they knew it sounds stupid. That's another thing about liberals that pisses me off. They be knowing they're wrong. They know they're wrong, some of them. They do. And it's like they just shut it off. It's like they just la 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 la. That's what they do. And you can't be like that. That's why you will lose elections because you're not coming up with a resolution to the different issues that we're experiencing. Instead of using 80 to 90% or 100% of your time trying to go crazy about Trump and being obsessed about Trump, figure out what can be done better. I'm talking about as a politician. Because the protesters can only do but so much, as we know. But the politicians, like on the Democratic team, stop blaming Trump and figure out if you feel your soul much better than him, right? I mean, y'all ain't showed that ever, though. Ever. Democrats have never showed me that they're anything anywhere near Donald Trump. Not economically, not with any policy. Everything they touch, they destroy. Poof. Poof. There's no reason why this man should get in the office and he ain't even been in for 90 days. And he did so many negotiations to resolve peace overseas. He did. Already. All of the migrants that were here illegal, he got them the fuck out of here. And then the fucking federal judge, the Democratic federal judge, tried to get him to reverse the plane and bring them back over here. Stop. Okay, let me say this to you guys too, liberal Democrats. If you want people to like take you seriously, start supporting your own people first. Start supporting Americans and citizens first. Okay? Stop worrying about people coming over that border. That border should be dry just the way he got it right now. There should be nobody trying to flee over here, flee out all that bullshit. It should be just the way he got it right now. It should not be floods of people coming over here. And now they're acting like we owe them something. Because they come over here with attitude, a majority of them, or they come over here bringing their crimes over here, all their criminal behavior and all of that. And then all you sick people that's for them, you feel that's okay. Y'all all keep acting like y'all blind to it. So that's another reason why you're on the Delulu Mental Health Watch. Okay? Wow, let me get back to Zabori. I get so passionate about this because this is serious. It's nothing to play with. And y'all keep playing, meaning the Democratic Party, because I'm not addressing that to anyone else except that.
Tariffs, and Democrats continue to threaten President Trump. So let's start here.
Here's a live look at Boston, Massachusetts now as we get back into stories, anti-Trump protests taking place across the country today after a tumultuous week, to say the least, on Wall Street and the economy. We want to point out, just a few minutes ago, we did show you a protest. We said it was Boston. It was not Boston there. It was an unrelated protest. But what you are looking at right now is Boston, and I'm from there. I can recognize this. This is the plaza right outside of City Hall in downtown.
So anti-Trump protests all over the nation today.
For what?
Listen.
For what?
Know me. I always ask
for what?
The return on investment here. I think they're wasting their time, but this is a right that they have, right? They can peacefully protest. Cool. But what's interesting is in the next clip, I want you to pay attention to the signs that they are holding. Watch this.
Do you guys notice how they look? Look at them. I want you guys to look at them. Okay? And if you're not a liberal or you're not far left, you're not on their side, look at yourself in the mirror and then look at that. That's what I want everyone that watches this video, and God, hopefully this one reaches more people. Lord, I almost want to market it. If you are not far left, okay, and you have somewhat common sense, look at them, okay, all the ones that's protesting, and then look at yourself and then ask yourself, what's going on? What are the differences? We should never be able to look at them too and identify them too without them even speaking. I can tell all of them are liberals. They look very crazy and delusional. And that's scaring the fuck out of me, because I guess I just was not paying attention to it. Were they always this crazy? Someone help me. Look at that. It gets worse. Watch this.
Okay, so you see what the signs say. Socialism beats fascism. Now do me a favor, in the comment section.
I'm very tired of the fastest comment too. I'm really Stop calling my man a fascist. Stop calling my grandpa a fascist. Stop doing it. Here's why. Okay, Donald Trump was a born fucking leader, but that's not necessarily so, because no, he wasn't. Okay, well, he was born to be a leader. Okay, I went all the way back, motherfuckers. If you want to do your research, do it right. Okay, because I'm getting real bad. He was born to be a fucking leader. Okay, he was. His dad originally didn't even think he was going to be the leader of the pack. He thought it was going to be his junior. Okay, it didn't happen that way. Trump was. When you're a president, you guys, okay, what do? You lead. Okay? So that word needs to be canceled. Because I'm taking control of the strings of America and trying to get us cleaned up and clean that border out and doing all of that. That's not fascist, you fucking idiots. I'm having Doge, aka Elon Musk, dig up to find all that deceit and deception and bullshit them Democrats were doing with our funds. Again, that's not fascism. That's leadership. Learn to differentiate it, you blue-head fucking freaks. Okay. I'm going to have another edible now. Got quickie. And I'm going to try to calm down. Love you. Okay.
You let me know what you think about that. Like, if you were standing there, what would you tell them about the sign that they are holding? I mean, again,
I wouldn't be standing with them motherfuckers. They fucking around start eating my brain.
Driven by emotion,
Fuck
not actual logic or common sense.
They don't got no damn emotion. I don't know what they got to worry.
During the protests, they're getting up on stages and speaking. Listen to this individual.
Yeah, this, look at this.
Hello, beautiful people. My name is Gabe, and I'm from La Crosse, Wisconsin. That's the Wisconsin where the richest person in the world spent millions of dollars trying to buy a state Supreme Court seat, and he failed. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am Black. I am Filipino.
Nobody gives a fuck about what you are, except liberals, of course. That's all y'all care about is race. Anyway, you have a little bit of shadow here. Yeah, you do. You need to cut your beard off more, Gabriel. But yeah, you know. All right.
No Japanese, second generation. I'm a
And that's
disabled
sad.
trans man.
And that's sad because, like, I feel like even without the hormones, if she or he, whatever it's supposed to be a she converting to a dude. I feel that she naturally grows hair down here. I'm saying that too from experience. And my mother and my grandmother, every now and then we get a little bit and we got to cut it. So it's just in genetics. So you can be a woman without hormones trying to transition to a man and still get like hair like that. But like, you don't even care about your appearance that you on TV like this. But again, Delu, all right.
But I'm also a Medicaid patient. I'm also a person who uses food stamps. I'm also a person who has been through houselessness in this country. I am also a person who has gone through substance use and addiction. And most
all right, let me
all,
say this. Let me break it down to y'all motherfuckers real quick. Let me break it down to you. Everything she just said, because I'm just going to call her she, because that's what she is, okay? Let me just say it like this, okay? She says she's been on food stamps, she's been on medical assistance, she says she's been homeless, right? All of these things, right? Drug dependency, right? Okay. Why? 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 It was because of our government. Our government brought in the drugs over here and got so many people addicted to drugs. Because they capitalized off of shit like that. Because as people got addicted to drugs, there was things, other drugs to counteract the addicts. That made them flock to different facilities. That all capitalizes off of addicts. Okay. They had mental health drugs. Mental health ties in with like alcoholism and drug dependency, all of that. They were big pharma capitalizing. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Okay, she said that she was homeless. Why is that? Because majority of the people that was in the office over the last like 10 years, last decade were Democrats. Were Democratic Party. And the homeless rate just kept leaping up. Up. I'm not trying to say like we didn't fare like a shitload better with some kind of Republican Party. I believe if Trump would have been in all this time, I believe we would have been fine. I really do. This man discussed everything that we experienced negatively in his 1980s interviews. You can't predict shit like that unless you're very fucking brilliant economically and you can forecast something precisely like that. He forecasted it in the 80s. Like, what more evidence does these fucking retards need? Okay? The Democratic Party, you fat bitch, because I'm getting really impatient here, is the reason why you were homeless. The Democratic Party is why you struggle from drug dependency, because it was them who had majority of the power. Oh my God! Like everybody keeps like ignoring all the real issues where the real issues originate, just so they can jump over top and act like they hating on him. But you're looking stupid. You're stupid. Oh God, I need to calm down. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have called that fat, wonderful, handsome man. I should have never called him a bitch. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm sorry, Gabriel. All right, let's get back to it because I'm done. I'm done.
Patient of Planned Parenthood. I am everything that Donald Trump and
Oh, yeah. I want to address this second part right here.
Elon Musk want to erase.
Let me put it to bed, yo. Okay. First and foremost, we should have never been a country that relied on the government. We should have never been a country that relied on Section 8 programs. We should have never been a country that relied on food stamps, medical, and all of that. Because the thing is that it made us so acclimated to it that we have a hard time moving away from it. He's not going to cut everyone's benefits. He's not doing that. Please stop believing that. Because that's really old. It's really stupid. He's not trying to do away with it. First and foremost, all he's trying to do is get rid of the illegal fraud that exists within disability. Why have you guys been noticing that no one's disability checks got stopped? My Medicaid's still going. Everyone's Medicaid and food stamps are still going because they're lying to you. That's why. That's why fucking idiots. All right. I keep saying I'm a shove. It's hard. It's hard to listen to lies. It is when you know the truth. It's really hard. They did this the last time he was in. They did. They just kept lying like little bitches. Lying. And I wasn't paying attention to it, so I was believing a lot of it. And meanwhile, I was capitalizing like I was doing good, though. That show was going good while this fastest was in that office. Because I was making tens of thousands of dollars as soon as he got out. It all went away, right, with the Democratic Party. It went to the migrants. Because that's where everything goes when they get in. To the migrants, the transsexuals, and everybody that's mentally ill. That's where it goes to. Okay. Shit.
Now, let's just use her logic against her, right? She claimed that Elon Musk lost because he was trying to buy a Supreme Court seat in the Wisconsin election. Well, then that would mean that George Soros won because he ended up being successful in purchasing that same seat. You see how that works? And secondly, President Trump and Elon Musk, they're not trying to race you, okay? What they're trying to do is get rid of the ideology and the culture that has created people like her. They have people like her confused about what life is truly all about and who God made them out to be, which is perfect at birth, by the way. But the mind gets infected somewhere along the way, and that's what you get.
My name is Grace Martinez Rosas. I am an immigrant. I am undocumented. We are unashamed. This is the most beautiful organization called United We Dream Action. We are the nation's largest network of immigrant young people fighting for queer rights, immigrant rights, and the rights of everyday working class people.
Now, I know you heard what she said. She said she was undocumented. So I'm really interested to see if Tom Holman will see this clip and if they will end up picking her up. And I have one more cringe clip to show you, and I think this one you'll probably enjoy the most. Take a look.
We really wanted to start off with a chant.
I'm glad I was gone for the undocumented. Here we go with this camera shit. I hate AI cameras. They do, as soon as you move, they do like, the fuck? I'm back. Anyway, I'm glad I left to go get some ice because that Filipino chick that said that she was undocumented, I wanted to punch her right in her face. Because let me ask you guys this, and I want you to tell me in the comments. Speak up. How many countries can you come on TV and blast that you're undocumented and like boast and act like you're now an activist in a country that ain't even your shit? Okay? And I feel like, and this goes for my ex, because my ex is probably still undocumented. Okay? He's my ex, my friend, best friend, all of that. But I'm not gonna put him on blast, I'm not gonna mention no names, blah, blah, blah. But he been here for years undocumented. That's ignorant, that's very ignorant because that's on you. Because at some point, I know it's hard and everything, but you was here for so long. You mean something you couldn't come up with no strategy to get your paperwork. Especially people that got kids. You have kids here or kids that they rely on and everything. You mean something you didn't do any of that. But now you want to be an activist though and fight for rights and trans rights and all this bullshit. This ain't even your country. Can we go to fucking Manila? And all the Philippines? And can we just stand up and tell them that we ain't from there, yo, but we fighting for y'all trans rights for these Filipinos? Listen how ignorant that is. That's very ignorant. It's ignorant. For anyone that supports it, you're ignorant. You're ignorant. You're ignorant. Do you know how fucking bad I want the fuck out of here? And I wish I could just go to Japan and get on their fucking TV with a blunt and shit and just like, I ain't really from here though. And I ain't got my documents. But yeah, I'm fighting though for weed laws in Japan. Yo, I'm fighting for weed laws in Japan, but I ain't got my documents here, The Japanese people would beat my ass so bad, have me in the prison by the end of the night. Get out of here, and they would be right to do so. And I'm done. I keep saying I'm done. Now look at these people. Look at her teeth. That's showing you right there. There's something wrong. Look at her outfit. Look at the way she looks. Look at them. They dress outdated too. What the fuck are you wearing these badges around your neck? You just look stupid. Look at them. If you're not one of them, right? Look at them and then look at you.
So we are a grassroots organization originally. That is our core. So we are very big on the chanting, and y'all have all the energy today. So no Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. No Trump.
So we'll see how successful their protests really are. I don't believe it's going to yield any results or the results they're really looking for, which is to slow down Trump's agenda. And I think they should probably be spending more of their time understanding why they lost. Now, here is one of the organizers of this mass protest that's happening across the country and what he wants to see from his party moving forward.
What you're getting at is who is the target of this protest? One is, yes, it's MAGA, it's Trump, it's Musk. We want to demonstrate to them that they don't have popular support. But another target are our leaders, people like Chuck.
This shit fuck people up so bad. I'm sorry. I keep stopping, y'all. I'm sorry. Now, when I see black people, I see red now. Like, I see red. Do you know how bad that hurts me? That hurts me as a proud black person. Proud light-skinned black woman, because I was raised as a black woman. So whether people want to call me a bird and light-skinned because y'all hating because I look good, because I know I look good. Can we not do this dumb shit, AI? Anyway. And that shit hurts me. I don't trust black people with my life. I never did really though. But I really don't now. I really don't now. Because this is the decisions y'all niggas made. Y'all tripping. I mean, y'all tried to make. And this is who the party y'all was supporting for years. Y'all niggas is dumb, man. Anybody that voted for Biden, something was wrong. You were really letting the media fuck you up or something was wrong. Because like that dude could barely get through the debate from back then or this one. So, So I don't know. Like I just be wondering what be going on in the world. But what made me bring that up is when I saw the reporter on the left. Sometimes I just see black women, I get so angry. I just want to just start screaming because I feel like they're going to say something really ignorant to ignore the negative activity and patterns of behavior coming from the Democratic Party. People like Jasmine Crockett, people like the ones that I keep fucking his name up that went on that just kept going on for 25 hours and we're just laughing. What's his last name? Is it Brooker? I don't know his last name. Anyway, the AOC. You know what I mean? When you look at how delusional they are, that Waters lady. Yeah, I keep wanting to mess her name up. Whatever her name is, Maxine Waters. I keep wanting to call her Martha. I be tearing that woman's name up. That's why I just call her Waters. That's all I can remember. Maxine fucking Waters. Crazy. She should be retired. She shouldn't even be no damn politician or anything. An activist, none of that shit, bitch. Old lady, sit your ass down. That's what you do. That's what you do. All of them. Lawmen's real old and weird. They wearing all types of weird ass hair colors. Like, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. But I be scared when I see a black person that they going to start talking. That's my dog. She hitting the door? Anyway, I'll be scared they're going to just start talking real crazy like one of them. You know what I mean? Then I'm meeting white people, white dudes in particular, and they be scared to death to talk politics with me. They be terrified. But at the same time, in my mind, I'm like, you kind of weird, because wouldn't you want to know if you was fucking a zombie or if you were getting to know a zombie? Because I need to know right away. I need to know like what's going on in your head. Or I even been talking to some people that was liberal or were liberal in the past because I'm being fair about it because I was confused. I didn't know what to believe either because of all the lies in the media. But it depends on how far you go with it. If you start talking real crazy and hateful for Trump, bye. Because don't do that. Because he's trying to help us. He really is. He did it before. So, yeah, nah.
Chuck Schumer, who surrender to the Republicans in Congress, aren't giving their constituents what they want. We saw Cory Booker stand up in the Senate and break the record for the longest filibuster. He did it. We need more Cory Bookers and fewer Schumers. And if we want that as constituents, we got to show up and demand it.
I was right.
All right, that is something else. I'm not even gonna comment on it really. I just want you to see the clip and to show you mentally what these people are up to today. Now, this takes us to our next story, and that is a new poll that came out today from the Daily Mail that shows that Trump's approval rating has increased to 53%. That is a 4-point increase over last week when it was 49%. Meaning what? That President Trump is more popular now than before he instituted his new tariff policy. And if we dive a little bit deeper, based on this poll, President Trump is up 13 points since March 7th among individuals aged 18 to 29. The president also saw a 6-point increase in favorability among Democrats and independents. And lastly, the Republican support among Black voters skyrocketed 17 points since last week. Now, even though these voters clearly support what President Trump is doing, that is never going to change the mindset of the media and how skeptical they are of these tariffs. Take a look at this exchange.
We're going to be in a very, very difficult situation.
I find it insane that we're all finally concerned about inflation. That was a word that really didn't exist for many years while Joe Biden was president. But I want to point out something. Last night, Richard, you took off your shoe. You said it's made in Vietnam. It's going to be 34% more expensive next year. Today, the Secretary General of Vietnam reached out to President Trump and said, we want to have zero tariffs for both countries, proving to some.
Did that delusional ass bald-headed man just say that there was no inflation while Biden was in? I almost want to go back and see. But then I think he said something in favor of Trump because they're very confused too. You got liberal hybrids too. You got a lot of them too. Like, well, I love Fetterman in Pittsburgh because you could clearly tell that he's like, no, motherfuckers, this is not what I signed up for. Like, you could tell it is fake. I know a Pittsburgh person. Like, I know the back of my hand. And you could tell, like, he wants freeness for everyone. He's a fair person, Fetterman. I fuck with him as a Democrat. I don't have a problem with Fetterman. I never did. But you can tell he wants away from them so bad. I be feeling so bad for him because he just needs to face it. Like, dude, they're not human no more. Like, you're probably stuck in like the Bill Clinton era, you know, shit like that. And he was no good. It was just hushed up better. Everything was hidden better. So, or I was just too young. One or the other, because I was a kid. So, but that's where a lot of people are stuck at. And for those people I try not to get extremely mad at, it depends again on how they're talking. Because you should never hate this man. If you hate this man, that means you hate this country, y'all. I'm trying to tell you right now. You have to hate this country in order to hate this man. This is a man, I'm going to say it again. I said this a million times on this channel. He's an American hero. And the reason why I say it is because he stopped everything he was doing to deal with this catastrophe of a country again. It wasn't because he was trying to be no fucking fascist, you fucking idiots. It's because he's tired of seeing us lose. He's that big of a fucking American at heart because his dad was an extreme American. Damn. Jesus Lord. Now racism shit, stop it. Stop it, low. Like, for real, he's done many of things for Black people. And everyone has racism, and the liberals are extremely racist, including Joe Biden, who was friends with the leader of the KKK. Stop. Damn, and if you want to pull out someone, one person, pull out the negative on the other person too. They're very unfair too, liberals. Extremely unfair. They're basically saying everything they do turns into magical unicorn colors. They can't even come up with anything that they can be better about. That's a problem, because that's a party that doesn't see problems there. They don't. They just want us to get further and further into a frenzy of freakiness and all types of weird shit. That's what they're trying to do, and they're trying to keep the government huge. He's trying to shrink the government. Why would you not want a president that's trying to shrink the government? The government is what fucked us all these years and keeps us fucked. This man is amazing. He was trying to abolish the fucking IRS. And they're talking about hating. Okay, That's because people are retarded. That's what it is. And they don't know how to learn and so teach themselves something if they don't know it. I never, for once, thought this man was evil, though. That's what's really crazy. I never felt that way. And I'm very good with people. But I knew back in 2016, all that shit, I was like, that motherfuckers is probably crazy as hell talking shit on him like that. I knew, but I was so busy again. I couldn't focus on it. But like, I knew that. All of that is exaggerated. Why is all of these things, for the dumb people, because I know that's, all this shit ain't going to happen, but for the dumb people that believe he's going to call our benefits, why hasn't it happened? Why has he never done that? Trump gave us money back and kept the inflation rate low while he was in and during a fucking pandemic. The inflation rate went up, yes, because it was a pandemic, duh. However, he got that shit back down before he got out. No appreciation. He almost died for us in Butler, PA, out of all the places. Again, no appreciation. Everybody was laughing, the evil people. Fuck is wrong with you? When did people start being human and start being obsessed with hate and race? When? Or I mean, I understand it was always like that with slavery, yes. But and then Africans is who sold us into slavery. No one implements that information in there. Africans hates us. Okay? So I'm just okay. I'm done.
Agree to some degree that this is a leverage play.
Prove, Joe.
It proves. It proves.
What does that prove? Because at the end of the conversation, the president said, "Nice talking to you." And
she
nothing
needs to
about,
shut
oh,
the fuck
we're gonna,
up. I'm sorry.
how deal lower our tariffs.
I'm going to tell you what
He
it proves.
said, great conversation.
You can
That's
tell
her
she's
being
stupid.
disingenuous. And what it actually proves, in case she really cares for the answer, is that these countries are now willing to renegotiate the terms of these trade deals. That's the bottom line here. That's the whole purpose. And maybe that's why Bill Ackman put this post up today, and this is a prediction from him. He says that one would have to imagine that President Trump's phone has been ringing off the hook. The practical reality is that there is insufficient time for him to make deals before the tariffs are scheduled to take effect. So I would therefore not be surprised to wake up Monday with an announcement from the president that he is postponing the implementation of these tariffs to give him time to make deals. President Trump has gotten the world's attention and elevated the importance of resolving an unfair trade regime that has harmed American workers and decimated our industrial base over many decades. This is a critically important issue that needs to be resolved, and we finally have a president committed to getting this done. Now, let me take you back to the opposing view from Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader. Here's what he said.
These Trump tariffs represent the
No
largest
plan,
tax
bitch.
increase on
Look
the American people since at least 1968. What we're seeing is that.
Okay, let me say something about this motherfucker right here. This nigga down here on my right, on the bottom here. So at first we got here, fuck this. I'll take my thing off here. I gotta do this. Hold on. See, I'm high, y'all. That edible done kicked in. Lord have mercy. But hold up. I'm so mad right now. These motherfuckers be making me mad. But fuck that. I ain't even gotta take my filter off. We'll just ball headed bitch. I'm ball headed. Trust me, my hair will not grow backward. But why does she always look like she about to score a fucking touchdown or some shit? Or she about to tackle somebody and get a fucking first down or something? I'm telling you, what the fuck is in her? It's like some fucking 1960s fucking O.J. Simpson pads. That's what it looked like. Y'all feel like the old 60s vintage football suits that bitch be wearing. It's embarrassing. And she just seems to not care. And I saw no delulu. You're not seeing yourself look like a fucking football player. She really don't see that she look like a football player, y'all. All right, enough of that. All right, we're going to get down to Jeffries now. This is a nigga that's obsessed with Barack Obama. You can literally hear with your two ears that this nigga must have studied him word for word for the years that Obama was in, because he tries to sound like this nigga so hard. It's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. I want to say so bad too, you will never be as smart as Obama, because Obama played the fuck out of y'all niggas. Obama played the fuck out of everybody. I knew he was no good though. I did. I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for nobody. until 2024, where I voted for Donald J. Trump, a fucking winner. A fucking winner. I'll be damn. I'm tired of hearing them lie and say the other way. That's a fucking lie. It's so ugly to even say that. Do y'all see how impressive work he did at that border, yo? Nobody's coming over this motherfucker. It looks beautiful. We ain't gotta worry about motherfuckers coming over raping motherfuckers tonight in the nights that he's in the office. Why my right hand should get pretty. Pump that money up. Pump it up. But that Jeffries, nah, nigga, nah, man. I can't stand that hot dog looking motherfucker. First of all, he dumb as fuck. Yo, he dumb. Like he be saying shit that don't even be legit. And I can fact check him. And I don't even know politics all like that. I be fact checking the shit out that nigga. I ain't even gotta like verify it nowhere anyway. I'm like, nah, nigga, because this is what's about to happen. I'm like, you crazy as hell, and you tripping. And I be right every time because I taught myself this shit. I'm done. All right, thank God the edibles kicked in. Thank you, Jesus. Look at this. This bitch don't see she look like a football player. I ain't that old man at the top. See, I forget about this bitch at the bottom. I don't remember her. So white people look alike to me. So excuse me. Because like I said, I'm an equal opportunity racist. However, I'm going to defend who's going to be right for me and my country that I actually care about. I didn't even realize I cared about the U.S. until I thought about it. I saw that he was the right person. Anyway, this dude down here, though, on the right here, this Jeffries, any of you guys that are not educated on politics, please don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Watch people like LFR family. Here, for serious though, let me make the screen bigger. In case this reaches anyone that don't watch me or something. Make sure if you are trying to research anything for real on some serious shit, that you try to research anything about the Democratic Party and how corrupt they are. Why, how they capitalize off of us. Things like that. Start out with like LFR family. Start out with officers hate them. Start out with like DeVory Durkins, but it's like they are all providing facts. Providing a lot of facts. There's so many other commentators I can name. The list goes on and on and on. Black and white, because I watch both. Matt Walsh is amazing. There's times I have my little hood, ignorant ass jigaboo flare ups at him. I do, because sometimes I feel like he goes a little bit too hard on black people, but it's not. He's not. Because when I rewatch it, I just be like, damn, but you really was a racist bitch. Like like it's in me bad. But I was racist and not trusting or liking white people, which I'm still not going to trust them or anyone. But I was never liking white people because of my bad experiences with them, though. I had way more discriminative experiences with white people than I did black people in my life. Let me make that clear. I don't know if I ever said that before on this channel. White people have done me very wrong. All my life, I went through shit from white people. I did. I'm going to tell you like it is, y'all. It is always usually with employers. I had one, like I said, I probably mentioned that on the channel before. I was with a staffing agency a long time ago. I was just starting out, like working for banks and things like that. And she was my recruiter. She was old school. She was old as hell. She had to be like maybe like my grandma's age was. Yeah, something like that. So, I mean, she don't know nothing else though. And that's why I didn't want to get her fired. I felt bad, but like she just called me one day or something. She said to my face, she's like, you should be happy you're even getting a job. She's like, that the world is more diverse now. She's like, she mentioned about black people and shit like that. And I was like, damn, that was so inappropriate. It just made me feel really uncomfortable because I didn't know what I should do. I was like, do I say something because they're going to fire her? I was like, because I know that she probably did this to other people. I was like, but I shouldn't let her keep getting away with it either because that's ugly and that's negative for their business, and that's a liability. And I knew that even at like 18, 19, however old I was. I was between like 18 to 20, something like that. Probably like 20. Yeah, because I think my daughter might have been like a couple months to a year old, something like that. And or I might have been, no, I mean I would have been 19. But anyway, tit for tat, tis task, whatever. I'm high. That apple kicked in really great. This was great because I need to be high to deal with them liberals. But yeah, she said that shit to me. I told that manager of hers, and he was just like, nah. He's like, she's gone. He's like, because she did this to other people. He's like, you're like the third person. And I was like, see, and that made me feel better because I was like, see, well, then it was going to happen anyway. I just felt bad because I knew she was all as hell, and I know that's all they knew back then is race. And the Democratic Party, they be fake as fuck with that shit. Because when they jumped on Trump about his dad, how the fuck would he had known or determined or had control of what his dad was doing in 1920 something or whenever? That was ridiculous. And it was so crazy as I was recapping the video when they asked him about it. It hurt me too. It did, because I know it hurt him. I saw that it hurt him in his face. I could tell when somebody's hurt. I'm really good with face expressions. I should have gotten to that in life. But you could tell he was hurt. You could tell. And how I really knew he was hurt is he said what I was thinking. He said what I was thinking. He's like, I think it's really unfair that you're asking me that. You know what I mean? He was so right. Because how you want to ask somebody about some shit way before they was born. But they don't do that to Robinette when Robinette was hanging out with the KKK leader. That's corrupt. That's rotten. That's not being fair. They're supposed to be the party of fairness and inclusivity, inclusivity, whatever. And all of that. But like, no, you are fucking hypocrites. That's what they literally are called, hypocrites. So I'm sorry I'm getting gassed up, you guys. I'm just so hurt. I don't like seeing our country like this. I don't like seeing people so angry. I've never seen that in this, but I understand Donald Trump has that way about people, but it's because they're making their own self feel that way. They're allowing the media, they're allowing bullshit. You can't have your way, trans people. The ones that just want to be fly by night trans people. That's the main problem, too, a lot of that shit. It's so many different entities of why this all is a problem, but it's not his fault, though. At all. There is nothing wrong with coming back into office and saying something so common sense that we want to go back to just two sexes. When was there ever a third, though? So we just gonna imagine because they imagine that there's something else. We just gonna imagine that they can't identify by nothing. You was born in here as something, and you gonna die as something. It's gonna be one of those two genders, sexes. Duh, 1 + 1 is 2. This is like really though. Then you ask them a question like, what is a woman? They can't even give you no response. But now Jeffrey's dude, he is obsessed with Obama. You can clearly hear it. And this bitch, she is a fucking quarterback. She's a fucking 1965 quarterback for Buffalo.
He is crashing the economy in real time. Costs are going up. The Trump tariffs are likely to result in thousands of dollars in additional costs on the American people in terms of groceries and gas and goods. And at the same time, we're seeing the retirement savings of the American people plummeting as well. This guy is driving us toward a recession. And this is not what the American people.
Everything he said is a lie. I don't believe we're hitting no recession. And if we do, it's going to be something to do with the Democrats that makes it happen. Yeah, it's going to be something that they do that they don't agree with as a bipartisan. Yep, it's going to be something they do. And then they're going to blame it on him. Because that's what they do every fucking time. They always do something to fuck up his progress, right? And then they try to turn it all the way around and turn it all on him and say that he's the reason why the negative impact. Okay, whose problem with why they were blaming him for shit Biden was doing and what is following the Biden administration? We're just going to ignore the eggs was like $11. I think it was even 13 in New York and places like that in LA and all of that. I think it was like 14. Chicken was like $30 at one point for a pack, for a big family pack. Come on now. Like, quit lying. Damn, all them people flooding that border. Then they coming over here talking about they activists on our shit. We look like some bitches. He's trying to unbitch us. Let him unbitch us. For real, let the man unbitch us. Because we've been a bitch to all these other countries. I'm so fucking high, but I'm preaching though, and I'm right. We've been hoes and bitches to all these other countries for motherfucking years. Ukraine, Russia, all that. Japan was doing better than us at one point until they had that issue where everybody couldn't get a job. People from my era, millennials. So, like, What's wrong? What are we protesting now? What are we really protesting? That's what I want to know, ignorant motherfuckers. What are you protesting? Because you look stupid. You look stupid with your weird ass fucking hair and your sick ass ideologies. We do not have to identify you at what you feel you are. We can identify you at what we see. And that is reality. Face reality. Shit, reality is that you was born in here one way, you want to die that same way. Because you're never going to fully 100% remove hormones and organs that you were originally born with. You can't, what makes them feel they can change biology? And we should not let them get away with that at all. If you are not some kind of way scientifically deemed to have body dysmorphia, that means you're really not trans. Seriously, that means you're just pretending to be uncomfortable in your body because you see other people claiming to do it. People copy what they see, and it's an addiction. People start looking at trans and the gay community as glamorous. People felt it was more inclusive. People were stopping what they were doing to join the bandwagon. This is what happened, y'all. And then parents is pushing it on their kids. That's happening, and it's all because of the Democratic Party. So that's why I get really hurt when they say something negative about him, because I think about everything the Democrats did to us. He did none of those things. None of those fucking things. I'm about to cry now. I'm trying not to. Because he did none of those things. So why is he being called all these names? They're the fascists. They're the one who wants the government to be huge. All types of workers laying up at home making money. They want it like that so they can stay in control of us in every way possible. A president that wants to shrink the government is a president that is for the people. That's what that means, idiots. When did people lose common sense, or did they just never have it? I'm getting old, and they be probably feeding me poison with them COVID vaccines and everything they be giving us and all this nasty ass foods and shit that we eat. But like, I still never lost my common sense. I never lost my common sense. And God willing, if I can get out of this country in enough time, I probably can still keep my common sense. I would hope. I hope the zombies don't eat it out of me if I could share frustration. Cause they just, I'm so frustrated, y'all, and I'm so scared. I'm scared of what's going to happen. Cause they love violence, and then we have people like Obama telling them it's okay. People there's from their party saying that it should be violence. For what? What are you talking about? This video gonna be hella long, but that's cool though, cause I haven't been on here in a while. I miss making videos, but I was just like, why even keep discussing it? That's the only thing I hate about keep recapping it over and over again, because you could talk about a problem all day. It's about what is going to be done. What can be done right now? Nothing. Because we're completely divided. They're on some narcissistic shit where they can't face what they do wrong as a party. They are. They're on some narcissistic shit where they cannot. And then what's so disappointing about them, it was really making me mad. People like this Jeffries, AOC, Crockett, people like that, they claim to be leaders, which, oh my God, how could you even say that out your mouth? With the ignorant ass verbiage and bullshit that they be saying. I don't like that word rhetoric, because they use it way too fucking much. Notice I didn't say rhetoric. But I don't like, they talk about rhetoric. It was their rhetoric the whole time, because they were lying the whole time. And idiots are going for it. Idiots nationwide is going for MSNBC, CNN, ABC, NBC. They're all lying. NBC owes MSNBC, but you know. Okay, so I don't know, y'all. I need to stop talking, but because I'm high, but like I'm right though. Like this shit is, it gotta stop. Like it got to really stop. This is stupid, and it's all their fault. It's like a bad relationship where you keep trying to tell a guy or a girl, right, that you tried everything and you're exhausted with them. You're exhausted with them. The issue at hand is not on you, and it's clear. Everyone can see it. You know what I mean? Everyone can see it's clear as day, but it's like the one person, which is the person you with, They just fall on deaf ears. They argue with you. They become combative every time you even bring it up. I've had people like that. And that's what this feels like all over again. It feels like I'm just landing with a whole bunch of narcissists all at one time because every time I see what they're doing in the media, it's scary and disgusting, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with these people because it's getting out of hand. When it gets to the point where you're destroying Teslas for no reason, that's retarded. That's retarded. You're destroying. Then 80% of people that own Teslas are Democratic. So likely they're damaging their own people's shit. Okay? How smart of a party is that? I even had a video where the dude caught up with the person that did it to him. And he sounds so stupid when he gave his explanation as to why he destroyed his Tesla. He was just like, I'm so sorry, man. I just really hate Elon. The fuck are you saying, motherfucker? If I had a Tesla and one of them fucking zombies damaged my fucking Tesla, there would be no fucking apologies, motherfucker. You be giving me some fucking money. Like 20,000, 30 to be exact. Because the paint jobs on them is really expensive. The battery's about 30, 40,000 because I looked it up. If you buy a brand new, the cheapest you probably gonna get is about 18, 20,000. That's a used one. Okay, for the battery alone. So, like, Democrats are rich as fuck too. That be cracking me up too. How they keep acting like they're trying to trick people. They're not poor. They're laughing at poor people. They're using the poor people to keep being in power, getting money. It's them. They're reversing everything on y'all, and y'all are falling for it. The fastest is them. Because they want the government to be huge and they want to stay in power all the time, right? Even when they're wrong. Okay, but what does that sound like? That sounds like a fascist. Donald Trump only wanted power because he saw what was going on wrong. And it really hurts him. This man loves this country. The Democrats hate this country. So if you hate this country, then I guess you on the right team. Because I'm done saying it. It's just sick. It really is. This Jeffries do the sunburst. He's so stupid, sir.
Voted for or expected?
Well, I would argue that's exactly what people voted for. I voted for this as well. Does not mean we will end up in a recession. And let's say we do. Is it really Donald Trump's fault? Or is it something that was unavoidable given what we did as a country over the past 4 years? I'm just working with their logic here. But furthermore, all I hear from Democrats is complaints, but no solutions. And that's where they go wrong every single time. Now, here's what Kevin O'Leary had to say about these tariffs. Take a look.
Volatility is brutal. Nobody likes to see the stock market go down, but as we know from history, it's always proven to be a buying
Wonderful,
opportunity.
brilliant.
Never count out the American economy.
He's fucking
Those
brilliant.
job numbers were
He really is.
upside. So the economy's doing just fine right now. Now, it depends how long these tariffs stay on. I say 50% of them get negotiated away very, very quickly. Because you got to remember something. If you're calculating the political side of this, Trump has a majority right now for another 18 months before the midterms. All this volatility, the speed at which these policies are coming in place is because he knows he may not enjoy that majority after the midterm election. So you got to get this work done now. I don't think these tariffs are going to be long-lived at all. And I think everybody's coming to the table very, very quickly. So you're getting this done at a breakneck speed, and people are very uncomfortable with it. But to actually turn the U.S. economy into a recession, that doesn't happen overnight. This would have to last for years.
All right, but Kevin Leary needs to understand that the media doesn't care about that piece of information. They don't care about the truth. They care about the narrative. And the narrative is President Trump is crashing the economy. He's taking away your jobs. He's deporting your grandmothers. That is the rhetoric, okay? He's an authoritarian, and he's going to drive this country into the ground. Anything that does not align with that, we are not going to give it attention. And so that's why you're not seeing the mainstream media truly cover the truth in the way that they should, if at all. Now, here is Scott Jennings also providing common sense on this issue.
I do find it interesting in this conversation, though, about Democrats finding their, free market bona fides all of a sudden. I mean, these are the same party that's been arguing that corporations need to pay higher taxes. I mean, effectively, a tariff is just a tax on corporate activity. That's what it is. And Democrats for years have argued for higher corporate tax rates, and now they're arguing against effectively a tax on corporate activity. I think if I were Donald Trump, I might next week say, you know what? I'll meet you on this. Let's slash the corporate tax rate in half, and it'll mitigate it'll mitigate your concerns about the tariffs. I bet you wouldn't find one Democrat who would agree to it, even though it would be an amazing idea.
Yeah, so that is common sense, folks. And the sad thing about Democrats is they would rather fight Trump than to actually find the solution to the problem. Okay, because we can all agree on what the problem is, but they don't care for the solution and they won't agree on the solution because President Trump is in office. All right. Now, this takes us to the third story, and that is the Democrat Party and their new warnings for Trump. We got a couple of leaders who made some interesting statements. Let's start with Letitia James and what she had to say to Trump.
And we've got to stand together, stand in community, stand with this great organization under the leadership of our civil rights leader, Reverend Al Sharpton, who has been a light, a bright and shining light in the darkness. But I don't know about you. It's that stone of hope that inspires me each and every day. And listen, faith and fear can never share the same space. And so I'm covered by the blood. And I'm not afraid of Donald Trump. You can come after me, but no enemy, nothing formed against me will perish. Nothing formed against me. Nothing formed against me. Nothing formed against me.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what it's like to live your life where everything you do is based on one individual. And it happens to be an individual you hate, not an individual you love. Okay. It's as if her whole identity and purpose in life is to destroy President Trump. I mean, what a pathetic individual. That's just my own personal opinion. Now, let's listen to the former president, Obama, who also, if you listen to his words carefully, is calling for some physical action here if they want to stop what President Trump is doing. Watch.
It has been easy during most of our lifetimes to say you are a progressive, or say you are for social justice, or say you're for free speech, and not have to pay a price for it. And now we're at one of those moments where, you know what, it's not enough just to say you're for something. You may actually have to do something and possibly sacrifice a little bit.
Now, imagine that. Is he calling for more violence and riots? I mean, what do you think is going to happen this summer if they're unable to slow down President Trump? You think the vandalism on Tesla is bad? I think things will get worse. And we've seen this from the left time and time again. Think about Milwaukee and the George Floyd riots, where no one was ever held accountable, arrested, or sent to prison over the damage that they did to that city. And we
Real quickly, y'all, because this video long as hell. And which one I run different on? I'll pause this a little bit, like on this one.
Fellow Anthony, now Sharp.
He got in his brother's arms. They were twins, identical twins. And his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding. And he died in his brother's arms. And I rushed up there and I saw him on the gurney. And I could tell. And they said he wasn't breathing. I could see all the blood. I saw where the wound was.
Austin, his father shares, was born 2 minutes before his twin brother Hunter, the two inseparable, as you can imagine. Austin is being remembered as an outstanding student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move and he bowed up. This is murder. I don't know. I know they have someone in custody. And you know what? I already forgive this person.
Yo, I'm gonna have to pop off for a little bit. The tribalism in the Black community needs to end. It needs to end. Point blank period needs to end. The same people who tried to make George Floyd a hero, who built statues of the man and compared him to MLK, are now trying to make 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony, who stabbed to death an innocent young boy, simply because he touched his backpack, a victim. Someone who committed cold-blooded murder of victim. A victim of circumstance, a victim of retaliation, whatever. I don't care. There is no world in which Carmelo Anthony is a victim. We need to divorce ourselves from this false notion that just because someone looks like us, we need to defend everything that they do. That's how we end up defending people like R. Kelly. That's how we end up defending people like O.J. Simpson. That's how we end up defending people like Bill Cosby. It's wrong. I don't care what you look like, if you're blue, green, yellow, orange, white, orange, or turquoise. If you do wrong, gold balls and stripes, wrong is wrong. What Carmelo Anthony did was point blank wrong. This should not be profound. Simply common sense.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to follow up on the tragic story involving a 17-year-old teenager out of Texas by the name of Austin Metcalf being stabbed in the heart by another teenager by the name of Carmelo Anthony. Now, this story has essentially become a story about race instead of a story about why is it that we have this type of teen violence happening in this country, right? Which is what we really should be talking about. Okay, what is prompting these young men in this country to act out in ways that are so violent to the point where, again, we have teenagers stabbing each other in the chest over small, petty disagreements, right? But instead of that being the conversation, again, it's about race because who you think is right and wrong in this situation apparently depends on which race you're rooting for, right? Are you team whites or are you team blacks, right? That is essentially what this has become. And it really is sad that we live in a country where you can have somebody that is clearly in the wrong, right? I mean, just clearly in the wrong, but yet you have a tribe of people defending something that is clearly wrong, defending murder because of skin color, okay? And this father here, okay, who is extremely upset with the death of his son, is raging because the murderer is now claiming self-defense, okay? And the supporters of the murderer are also claiming self-defense, okay? And I want to react to these individuals and some of the updates on the story because, again, this is sad. This is really, really, really sad, but I've seen this happen time and time and time again, and this country has a problem, a big problem when it comes to acknowledging basic reality and facts when race is involved. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
WFAA has obtained new court documents revealing how Austin Metcalf was stabbed to death at a track meet in Frisco. Police say another teenager had fresh blood on his finger when they found him at Kirkendall Stadium.
The affidavit shows that when officers arrived, Carmelo Anthony told them he got into an argument with.
I pretty much already showed you guys the father talking, all of that. That's just one situation of how the Democratic Party really misguided us for years and instilled a lot more hate amongst people than anything. It's completely the opposite of what they claim to do. I'm just not sure when it really got really bad. I think it was when Obama got in. As I really look back, it was when Obama got in because it was his different ideologies that he kept implementing with him, different policies and getting weird as things pass. That's where I feel like, he just opened up the floodgates to a whole bunch of bullshit. He really did without considering biology. Democrats don't consider reality when it comes to trans. They don't consider reality about nothing though. Nothing at all. But when it comes to that trans shit, like common sense would tell you to always go where biology is first. That's scientific. That's something that shapes us. Without science, we wouldn't be. So, wow. They feel they can alter that. All right. I'm just good. I'm good. I'm really good on this whole thing. That's why I don't really make these videos, y'all. Because, like, talking about it, what is it going to get us? Where are we going with it? When we talking about it, ain't going to change that. It's about actions. It's about more self-awareness being presented to Black people in particular. Let me say that. I wish I could some kind of way bring more self-awareness to Black people all over. That would make me feel so good. Like, oh my God. It really would because it's just like, I'm tired of us losing. I'm tired of because it's like we're failing ourselves without even knowing that that's what we're doing. And I still say weird because like I still have my flare ups like about certain things race related because I'm so used to being in fear of having to deal with racist white people. And but no, moreover, I was always in fear like not only do I have to deal with them about if I'm going to snap out on them, it's so many things that comes with being harassed by a white person. For example, I have a perfect example right now. Perfect. I went for drug testing for one of my new roles. Okay, this was just this past Friday. Go to my Walgreens. Now, I wasn't expecting to get what I got though, but I don't know why it's like she caught me off guard because I knew previously she was really just nasty and not people oriented. She's very racist, to keep it 100 with you guys. The woman's very racist. She's like a Karen. She's very annoying. So I come in there, I put all my information in a little kiosk thing, blah 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 blah, sit down, and me and this older guy was talking, and he was really sweet. And he got called back first. It only made sense he was there before me. But then it just kept being, it seemed like I wasn't being called at all. So all I said, y'all, out loud to myself, not to her. I didn't yell over at her, didn't look at her or nothing. I was just like, damn, when am I going to be called? But I said that to myself. I wasn't really meaning it like to her. And I didn't even look over in her way or none of that. Why this old white bitch, right? That I knew previously came off as rude, but I ignored it. I would handle it real professionally by treating her nicer. So no, I hit certain people with kindness on purpose because I'll just be like, you're just going to keep making yourself look more ugly. The kinder I am, so you just going to keep looking ugly. So I always hit her with the kindness. But today, that day, Friday, she kind of threw me off guard because I was just like so irritable because I was trying to get places and handle shit and I wasn't even thinking about it. She just kept yelling at me and telling me just go to a different location if I don't want to wait and all that. I was like, I didn't even expect you to respond. That's what I said to her. I said, it didn't even warrant a response. I was merely talking amongst myself about when I was being called, but it wasn't no biggie. And she just kept wanting to argue back and forth with this old bitch. Because I think she's probably like around my mom's age. I would say definitely. Yeah. She looks like she's like around my mom's age in her 60s. I can't believe I can saying that. We're old. Anyway, but yeah, like, no. Fucking bitch. So I reported that fucking bitch. I almost hit that bitch. I really did took everything within me not to hit her. So I still be having my moments where I pretty much be just rocked like I'm a liberal ship. And what I mean by that is that I allow myself to get petty. And that's a whole liberal move. Whole liberal move. They're very fucking petty too. Extremely petty. So yeah, I be having my moments though. I be having my white people flares because white people be tripping. They really do be tripping. They be on my fucking nerves. It's like white people do shit that annoys you just as well as black people, just as well as any other ethnicity. We be lying. We be lying like a motherfucker if we said that all races never. There's not one thing about them that annoys us. Stop it. Like let's not lie. Let's not be children, please. Anyway, I'm high. I'm eligible to. See? Always aware also. I'm about to realize, well, I gotta do more quizzes for my school. Oh yeah, I'm just happy that I made this video. I haven't made one in a while. Thank you so much for watching. I'll try to remember to put the links that of the videos that we watch in the description. And again, just make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell before I make new content. Thank you. And I am out. Good night. Good morning.